Hello fellow Sudokans and welcome to Zen and the Art of the Guardian Sudoku Puzzle. It's Sunday the 8th of December 2024. I hope you are keeping well, enjoying your weekend if it's still weekend for you. When you listen to this or watch this, I always say listen because I'm not on camera. I always use the wrong verb. I should say watch. I often say listen because I'm only ever on voice or almost never on camera. What I am on is wearing masks. I still wear a mask, especially in crowded places like a crowded commuter tube. I usually wear a mask outside as well because the pollution in Bangkok is so hideous. But certainly in a crowded department store and stuff like that, then I'm likely to wear one as well. But there are not many people still doing that. I mention this though because Thai food has a reputation as being very spicy, and the reason is that it can be, but it doesn't have to be. Much of the food that I eat is not particularly spicy, just a little bit here and there. But from time to time I eat something and it's pretty damned hot. And I was in a food court today for lunch, just having a quick meal, and it turned out that it was very hot. And one thing I haven't really noticed before is that wearing a mask in an air-conditioned mall, wearing a mask after you've just eaten very spicy food produces hot breath. How do I know this? Every time I exhaled, I could feel my lips tingling and burning when I was inhaling again. So exhaling this hot breath, and when it came to inhaling, it's like my lips are going ooh, sizzle, sizzle, sizzle. Strange phenomenon I've just discovered. I'm not sure if I should coin a word for it, coin a term for it. I can't think of, if I might think of anything. If I think of anything later, I'll let you know. That's me. What was I going to chat about? Oh yes. The Labour government made a big mistake, I think, when they decided to cut winter fuel payments in the UK. They didn't cut the UK fuel payments for everybody. They made it more targeted, they explained. But that's a very simplistic way of thinking about it, because actually they changed the way of claiming for it. I think you have to now actively claim for it as opposed to just getting it. And there is bureaucracy in the way, so that many people are getting delays in getting payments. Plus the active, people who are getting on a bit sometimes have rather excessive amounts of pride, and this is not a good thing. People sometimes don't want to claim stuff. So I know Keir Starmer thinks he's saving money by doing this, but I'm not sure that it is really. The Labour government also saying, oh well, people are getting more in their pensions, but people are not very bright. Let's face it. The general man on the Clapham omnibus says, when you take something away, even if you get it back in some other way, they don't really realise that. It's when people say, oh, we're putting up taxes, or it's like, oh, that would mean you have to pay less for some services, or we're putting up taxes so that you don't pay this, or to subsidise public transport or something. They don't see it. They don't see it. They can only see what's in front of their nose. And so when you take something away, it hurts. It's gone. You've taken away some benefit, even if you can get it back in a different way. So I think that was really a bad mistake, a political mistake, and I'm not sure that it's really going to save huge amounts of money, and was just done very badly. Why am I mentioning this right now? Because that's obviously some time ago, because there are reports that up to 1 million people, pensioners, are skipping meals because they're worried about paying bills. Now, this is a thing, especially in England, it's a real thing about old people kind of, they worry about paying bills and stuff like that, and so they're likely to do without other things, sometimes even essential things. Even I know people who don't have their heaters on and stuff like that, even when it's very cold, because they're worried that they can't pay the bill. This is not good, is it? This is not good for society, really. So there we are. If you're listening, Labour people, do a favour and change it back. Right, let's get on with the game of Sudoku, shall we? I can see something. This is the LA Times hard level game. I can see a couple of things happening with the fives. That's what I noticed while I was chatting to you about my lips about my burning lips and other things. We've got 5s going up here. We've got another 5 as well. I've noticed down here. Where is it? Where did I see it? There, I saw it there. 5 across there and 5 down here. That's going to give me 5 in that square. Is that it? I think that is it, because it looks like we're going to be left with that little pattern there. All right, that's that then. So we've got 1 blocking down here, 1 blocking down here, and 1 across there. And I'm not spotting anything else, so I think I'm going to have to start working my way around the board, seeing what's what in a numerical fashion, and quite handily. I'm already highlighted on digit 1, so let's see. Well, let's look at digit 1. Okay, what are we doing on 2s? Fives already said, 6s. Okay, the 8 blocking down here and across here puts 8 into one of these 2 squares, blocking back up, 8 across there. There's an 8. 8 blocking up here puts 8 into one of these 2 squares, blocking back down, and 8 across there. There goes another 8. 8 up here and 8 across there actually gives me 8 there. I think that's it. All right, so where do we have fewest blanks? Well, we've got a block up here that's missing, what, 2, 3, and 9. Any help on that? We've got 2s there, 3s anywhere, 9s anywhere, so not particularly great. Let's have a look at this top line here. We're looking for 1, 3, 8, 9, I think. We've got 8s over here. 3, 8, 9, 3, 8. So that's a 1, 9 there. Anywhere else? What have we got over here? We've got 4s blocking across there, so we get a pair of 4s in those squares. What else do we know? 1s are like this. 2. I didn't notice that before. We've got a pair of 2s here. Let's see what we can do about the 2s now then. Anything else happening about 2s? No, let's have a look at this row here. We've got 1, 2, 6, 7, 9. missing. Finding it tough to get started here. Oh dear, not doing anything, am I? Well, I'm going to have to leave the notation free fold behind and go to pencil marks because I can't see what else I'm supposed to be doing here. I can see some pairs. I can't see enough stuff for me to get. Alright, let's put in some pencil marks then and finish the game, shall we? So I've got ones in those squares there. Let's go around. As I said, I've got twos in these squares. I have twos up there. What do we know about three? Not very much, I think. That's the only three on the board, and I don't see what other threes we can get from that. Fours, we can get something. We get a pair of fours there, and a pair of fours down here. Fives are in those squares and these squares. Sixes, what do we know? Sixes down here. Pair of sevens like that. 8s are up there. Ah, a pair of 8 and 6 there. I missed that pair there. Okay. That's fine. So let's get rid of that 7 because that can't be true now. And let's put a 7 here. And then 7 up to the top here and up here and across there means that is a 7. 7 across here, across there and up there means that's a 7. And that will give us a pair of 7s down there. Now back over here, we've only got one other digit missing now, which is going to be 3. So we'll put the 3s in and we'll give ourselves 3 up there. Our 1 blocking across here now gives me a pair of 1s there. Four across here and across here means that's a 4. The 9 blocking this square means that we have 9s in those squares there. Where did I get to? 4, I think. Seven blocking down here and across there means we can put a pair of 7s in those squares. 7 down here and 7 across means that that is a pair of 7 and 4, which is great. Means that can't be a 7. That must be a 7. That must be a 7, and this must not. Seven over here means, in fact, sorry, I made a mistake there. That's a 7. That's the 4, and 4 will be a pair down here now. Right, let's keep looking for pairs, see if anything else has happened. Six blocking this square, 6 blocking this square, and 6 blocking this square. So in that row there's a 6. 6 up, 6 down, 6 across there. That's a 6. This will be a 9. 9 across here and 9 up there will give me a pair of 9s in those squares. 9 blocking up here also gives me a pair of 9s up there. 6 across here and back that way says that this is a 6. 6 down here and down here says you're a 6, so you're a 6, you're an 8. That will give me a pair of 8s where we have a pair of 4s down there, and there's one more number to fill in here, which is 3. So that puts 3 up there and 5 in that square, 5 in that square, and a deletion here. Now we've got 4 and 8 here, so this has got to be a 2 for this row. 2 blocking up here, 2 blocking up here, so there's the 2 in that row. 4 blocks this square here, so in this row there's the 4. The last number here is 3, and we got to get rid of that 4. Oops. Okay. That gives him a pair of 4s there. We have 9 blocking this square and 9 blocking this square, so 9 has to be there. Oops, wrong mode selected. There we go. This is a 1, then this is a 2. And back over here, this will be 1. Gives me a pair of 1s up there. What's missing from here? There's one number missing actually here, isn't there? That's 9, I think. And this must be 3. And this digit here must be 2. And this digit here must be 9. And 9 must be in one of those squares up there. Missing number here is 3. Missing numbers here and here are what? 2 and 9. Any help on 2 or 9? No. Putting pencil marks. Right, let's see where we are now then. So let's see what's still to be done. 1. We've got 1 blocking here, so that is our digit 1. That's our 1 up there. That's going to be the 8. This must be 9. And this must be 3. So 3 there, 4 there. 2 is the last number in this row. And that's 2 and that's 9. Obviously that's not a 2. The missing numbers here and here are 3 and something. We've got a 3 here anyway, so that's going to be the 3. And the something, what is the something? 9 again. Okay, that can't be 9. That's a 9 up there. This has to be 2. We are not finished. Why are we? Oh, we've got over here 8 to fill in there and 4 to fill in there. That's our Los Angeles times expert level puzzle over for Sunday. See you around. Take care. Bye bye.